Hello Internet! It is Friday, it is time for one more video with the very fast Snorlax team. So yeah, Monday's episode went quite well, we won both the games. We're actually climbing, we're climbing reasonably well on this ladder as well, 1,750, which I suppose is okay at this point. One more video, let's see how it goes. I don't think we've had any completely disastrous games yet, have we? But maybe this person from Japan is the person to do it to us, because he's got his own Alolan Raichu as well, which is quite interesting. But he's got 3 water types, and I don't actually know what I do against water types with this team. Against rain teams rather. He's locked in very quickly as well. So maybe he's just going with something like Pelipper Golduck then. In which case, maybe Raichu Whimsicott, as wacky as that might sound. Let's go with Raichu Whimsicott. I think, that Araquanid is going to be a pain. Rain boosted liquidations are very, very powerful. Very powerful. Arcanine does nothing here, really. Gyarados resists water attacks, but there's 2 electric Pokemon there as well. I think it's going to have to be Snorlax and Tapu Lele. So this is a game that I'm definitely not feeling too comfortable about. But we'll see how it goes, obviously. Fingers crossed it'll go well. I don't know. Maybe if I win all of the games in this video, I'll think about taking this to London. I don't know, because honestly, it's done a lot better than I thought it would have done. But let's see how this one goes. Okay, so he's gone with his Udder mode. That word was Udder mode. Raichu and Tapu Koko. So at least I can take advantage of his terrain as well. I can't paralyze anything, unfortunately, with SPARKSURFER. I can try and Tailwind. We might just be exchanging fake outs this turn as well. My Whimsicott has got a sash though, but a focus sash doesn't do anything here because he can't one-shot me with anything. Unless it's got Shattered Psyche, I suppose, on Raichu, or Twinkle Tackle on Tapu Koko. So I don't think I really need to protect here. So do I just fake out, just trade fake outs maybe this turn? I'll try and Tailwind. So my Raichu goes first. Maybe that's a speed tie. Maybe he's not going for a fake out. There he is, into Whimsicott. Okay, yep. So such broken, but like I just said, doesn't really make any difference here. And Whimsicott was slower than the Tapu Koko there as well. So how can he actually knock out my Raichu? I could be cheeky and try and go for an Encore into his Raichu. That would be very cheeky, wouldn't it? But how does he knock out my... I suppose a double with like a strong Dazzling Gleam and a Psychic into my Raichu could knock it out. So I think I will SPARKSURFER here into Tapu Koko, and I'm going to try and Tailwind. If he wins a speed tie and Encores my Raichu, I'm still getting my move off. To be fair, an electric boosted Stoked SPARKSURFER might come close to knocking out this Tapu Koko. So, that is a speed tie, and it's just going for a Thunderbolt into my Raichu. So maybe he's going for a Dazzling Gleam here. Maybe it is Life Orb Dazzling Gleam. Maybe he thinks he can knock out my Raichu from here. But SPARKSURFER again. Cool little Raichu. I'm curious how much it's going to do. There is a chance. There is a chance this might knock out his Koko. Maybe. It does. Well, there you go. So that's how you beat Raichu and Tapu Koko. You use your own Raichu. Well, that's good. And we have got Tailwind up as well, so we are going to be faster than all of his Pokemon. Even his Golduck in Rain, if he wiggles himself into that position. If he puts his Pelipper out now, then I will be inclined to double into it to stop him from Tailwinding. But he puts his Lele out. Okay. So now we've got Psychic terrain. So now both of our Raichus are going to be wanting to Psychic each other, I guess. Looking at his Thunderbolt damage on my Raichu, I'm expecting that's how much one of my Psychics is going to do into his Raichu. So maybe I could double into it with like a Psychic and Energy Ball. I've got Snorlax and Lele in the back. So he hasn't got a full rain mode in the back. He hasn't got Pelipper and something else. Lele, I don't think can knock out both of these Pokemon in one turn. So we'll see if this double does knock out Raichu. It might do. So, ooh, it's going to be very close. Yeah, well, there you go. That was very close. So I might be losing both of my Pokemon here, because that's definitely going to knock out Raichu. Psychic Train boosted Psychic on Whimsicott, possibly, or it's Shattered Psyche. Well, there you go. Actually, it was Shattered Psyche. So that's interesting. So very fast-paced game here, but we are in Tailwind still, and we have got Snorlax in the back. Snorlax is faster than Raichu in Tailwind, so we might not be, completely out of it at this point. So this is turning into an interesting game now. We're getting to the gritty end of the game now, because we don't know what his last Pokemon is. We can expect it's probably a Water type, can't we? In fact, I think it has to be, because we've seen all three of his non-Water Pokemon. I'm just trying to rewind in my brain there. Did his Tapu Lele move first? I think it did, didn't it? These are things that I really should pay attention to. So that Lele is probably choice locked into Moonblast. So I am going to Moonblast it. But the question is, I don't Belly Drum here, but do I Frustration into Raichu to get a very surprise knockout onto that? Or do I double into the Lele? I think I target the Raichu, because the Psychic from that will still do a lot of damage. And Raichu doesn't normally have Protect either, but something's going to... Okay, so Pelipper's going to take a Frustration. The rain is up now, though. We have still got limited turns of Tailwind, though. So Moonblast, I'm hoping for a 2-hit KO. It is, yeah. So yeah, confirmation here that is a choice Scarf Tapu Lele, because... Please no special attack drop? Yeah, because he moved before my Snorlax, and it does need to be choice Scarf to be faster in Tailwind. So now, well, I can Moonblast very freely into the Tapu Lele, because he can't Protect, because it's choice Scarf. If he switches, then Raichu goes down. Which he might do, because he might... I mean, at this point, he doesn't know that my Lele is Scarfed as well. So... he might want to, get his Lele back in and then go for a speed tie. And Snorlax, I'm just going to Frustration into the Pelipper, because I will be faster on this, I think, last turn of Tailwind. Yeah, I'm not going to Belly Drum. So, straightforward plays. Yeah, so he does exactly what I think, yeah. So he's sacrificing his Raichu. If Pelipper protects here, which it doesn't, which is good. So he doesn't think, like, I'm going to be faster. So this is going to be a bit of a surprise to him. That Snorlax is actually faster than the Pelipper in Tailwind. It's faster than your Raichu, mister. So yeah, Pelipper's gone. And now, if he did protect, then it would have got a bit sticky here, perhaps. But... it's possibly going to be a speed tie now, or if his Tapu Lele isn't max speed, then my Lele will still be faster. So I'm just going to Moonblast into it. And at this point, I've won the game, because I can, he can't, Dazzling Gleam critical hits aren't going to help him. He's lost the game. He doesn't even find out that my Lele isn't, or is Scarf Dried at that point as well. So, yeah, a suspiciously good start once again. Actually, the combination of Raichu and Whimsicott was pretty good there. I mean, if you did go with his rain mode with like Golduck and Pelipper, I could have. I mean, I would have been going for a Tailwind with Whimsicott, obviously. And with my Sash as well, I should have stuck around another turn there as well. And I probably would have gone for a Fake Out into his Pelipper as well, just to deny him Tailwind. So I could have lost Raichu there, but it would have been at the, at the gain of a Tailwind, I suppose. The thing is that Energy Ball doesn't one-shot Golduck, so maybe, yeah, I still think I would have been okay, perhaps. I mean, I would have maybe had to Energy Ball Dazzling Gleam to knock out the Golduck, but then he could have Tailwinded. But as long as he didn't protect with Golduck that turn, I would have, got rid of it and still been in a decent position, even with his Tailwind up or not. So yeah, I mean, just thinking through different scenarios, which is always good as well. But yeah, a pretty good start. 66, 44, 22. If you recognised the album cover of my t-shirt on Monday, then give yourself a point, but huge bonus points if you actually know the this song. Because this album actually is quite old. But yeah, you can tell the band I've been listening to quite a lot lately. But yeah, I mean, that's a we're climbing up. I hesitate to say that's a decent rating because because I'm sure people are. I'm sure there's probably some at like 2,000 or so at this point. But yeah, I'm genuinely surprised how good this team is going so far. I'm happy that Gyarados got to do something on Monday. So everything on this team has done something at this point. But it does seem to be the case that not too many people are interested in playing on the VGC 17 Battle Spot ladder at the moment. But let's try one more time and we'll see if we can find an opponent. Yep, with this team. Hopefully we can. If we can't, well, I'm not going to sing you a song or anything like that, so I don't know, we'll just search again, won't we? But music, it doesn't really matter what music we have, do we? Okay, so how's your week been? How is your life going? Leave in the comments something happy, a good experience that's happened to you today, something good that's happened and it enriched your life, other than this video, obviously. Because it's always good when nice things happen. But yeah, fingers crossed we will find someone. Else we will just sit here in silence. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny how well, it's not funny. It's completely to be expected, I suppose. How people aren't really so interested in playing VGC 17 now. It's such a an annoyance really for Europe that we have to do this because like Jamie Miller, he posted on Twitter like a few weeks ago now, like just a tweet that really summed up the experience for Europe. It's like, oh wow, the VGC 18 rules are really good. I'm really looking forward to playing with this rule set in the biggest tournament that Europe's going to get. Oh wait, we can't. We don't do that. So that really gets under my skin that they do that to us. So that is frustrating because we've got to play with this struggling Battle Spot ladder now to practice with games, and no one really cares about this anymore. Everyone's more interested in Battle Spot doubles. So as far as videos next week goes, we'll see if I do more VGC 17 or if I sort of swap it around and do like Battle Spot doubles on Monday and Friday, or whichever way around we go with that. But yeah, let's let's see if we can find an opponent. It's because I haven't shown the Marmite, isn't it? I need to show the Marmite. This is actually going to become a thing. Here we go. Here's a Marmite again. Almost the same colour as this t-shirt. Almost. Marmite, Battle Spot. Please give us a battle. Whatever. We'll have that music again. Whatever that one is. So, at this point in the video, Barry is struggling to think of things to say because it's just me, it's just you, my lovely viewer watching this video, sitting here waiting for Battlespot to give us an opponent. Yeah, so like, yeah, it's frustrating that they've done that to Europe, but I don't know. I mean, at least if they gave us like another international championship at the end, like, you know, towards the end of the season, you know, that would make up for it, or whatever. I don't know why they have to do it in November, as it is going to be next month, with the odd rule set, but whatever. We've done enough moaning about that now, and this is actually the longest I think I've ever been sitting on Battlespot waiting for an opponent. It seems to be that just no one is playing Battlespot. So, so I do apologise. Yeah, wow, look at that. I just can't find an opponent. You know what? I think I'll probably put in the comments that it takes me a while to find an opponent. So after the first game, just to skip to, you know, whenever we find an opponent, because you know, it can't be that fun listening to me waffle on and talk about nothingness. But yeah, I don't know what did happen in that first game. We did win. He had the rain, didn't he? Yeah, and I did go through kind of the scenario if he went with Golden Compelliper. Having Zed Electric on Raichu is pretty nice, actually. The Alola Raichu Zed Crystal thing. I am a little bit surprised that the Stoke Sparksurfer one-shot the Tapu Koko. It did have the fake out chip damage as well, which made me think that maybe it was in range. But it is a powerful move, Stoke Sparksurfer, and in electric terrain as well. You know, obviously it gets the boost. So, I think this is actually a perfect example of the current feeling towards VGC 17. To be completely honest, no one really wants to play it anymore because we just want to play, you know, Battlespot doubles. We want to get preparing for next year, next season. But lonely old European here. Am I actually the only person in the entire world searching for a game right now? If I am, that's quite an achievement. Here we go. Rafa from Spain, from Valencia. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so, okay, well, this is interesting. After all that, we finally get a game. Alright, so, how long was that? That must have been like 4 or 5 minutes of just nothingness. Alright then. Barry waffling on about whatever. Okay, so, I mean, Arcanine obviously looks very good here, and he's recognised that because he's got a Milotic on his team as well. Snorlax will be faster than the Ninetales in Tailwind. In Tailwind, but not the Sandslash in Hail. That's what words are trying to come out of my mouth. Do I lead with Snorlax straight away? I'm not sure I fancy leading with Arcanine. I mean, I could go with Raichu and Snorlax. But then, yeah, I'm going to go with Whimsicott and Snorlax. And I want my Arcanine here. Oh, I was thinking, like, I kind of want Raichu. I'm going to go with Raichu. It's just that I do have to be very, very wary of this Marowak now, because it means I need to rely on the Snorlax to, well, to knock it out. Yeah, I mean, Raichu Psychic will do a decent amount of chip damage to it. Arcanine's got Bulldoze, I suppose, as well. But I've not got my Lele here, which is normally a decent way I've got to do damage to it. So here, is he just going to go for a Blizzard and like an Icicle Crash into Snorlax? Maybe. Will a Blizzard take Whimsicott to its stash? I think it would do. Like, Ninetales isn't that powerful, so that's why I'm questioning that. But I'm thinking, like, do I Tailwind to protect? Then if Whimsicott goes down, I bring in... I suppose I could bring in Arcanine at that point. Because he wouldn't have his Milotic in. He could bring in his Milotic now. Expecting my Arcanine to come in, maybe. But I don't think I want to put Raichu in, because then that just really invites the Marowak to come in. But maybe I want the Marowak to come in. So I'm going to Tailwind here. And I think I'm going to protect this turn. Just because I think in his head, I mean, he could Aurora Veil here. That's one thing that would make me kick myself if we're not belly drumming. So it's Iron Head, and if this is Aurora Veil, then I'm going to kick myself. Roar? Oh, okay. So, alright. Hopefully, alright, well, that's Raichu coming in then. So at least we've got the Tailwind, which is good. That's interesting. So yeah, good job I didn't belly drum there, because I would have essentially just lost my berry there. But now I've got some options. I mean, Arcanine is... Well, Arcanine is quite obvious here, isn't it? I'm just thinking if there's any merit to putting Snorlax out here. Because if I put Snorlax out, maybe I can fake out the Ninetales and belly drum. And then because I am in Tailwind, I will be faster and can knock the Ninetales out before it does anything. But the Marowak... You know what? This seems really stupid. But I'm going to put Snorlax in. I mean, Arcanine is a clear contender for good switch of the moment there, isn't it? But I want to try and get the Snorlax going. So I'm going to belly drum. And I'm going to fake out the Ninetales. Because if I get Snorlax going, the Marowak is not really a problem for us. So worst case scenario here is Sandslash flinches Snorlax with 9 head, or his Ninetales protects and he Icicle crashes and knocks out my Raichu, I guess. So, ooh, that's a Z Steel. Ooh, well that's going to be into the Snorlax then, isn't it? Well, that's not good. This is... I mean, Sandslash isn't the most powerful Pokemon. And, like, in hindsight, putting Arcanine in there would have probably been better. Okay, so we do still get the belly drum off. So at least there's no flinches there. But now... The only way I can threaten this Sandslash, which is the thing that threatens Snorlax, is with an electric attack. If he has got Marowak in the back, he will switch it in for his Ninetales now. Would he have brought his Marowak against me? I'm just going to hope he hasn't. And I'm going to go for a high horsepower into the Ninetales, because I think that'll still knock it out. And a SPARKSURFER into Sandslash, because I'm in Tailwind, I will still be faster. Yeah, so if he does bring Marowak in and the 9-head doesn't knock Snorlax out, then we will still be knocking out the Marowak. Oh, no switches. No Marowak. Well, this should knock the Sandslash out. Because we do know it's Z Steel. It's not electric. It's not Focus Slash. This is definitely electric. So yes, there we go. Sandslash. Yeah, it does knock it out. And high horsepower. This was covering the Marowak switching as well. We are risking 5% accuracy miss chance here. But yeah, I think this should still knock Ninetales out, which it does. Yeah, good. Wow. Whew. So all of a sudden, I'm feeling a little bit more vindicated in my choice to bring Snorlax in there instead of Arcanine. But this is the game plan that I was sort of thinking through. It did turn out to be a little bit more risky because yeah, so he hasn't brought his Marowak. It did turn out to be a little bit more risky because my thinking was if he doesn't flinch me, I get the belly drum off. If he does bring the Marowak in, then I can do exactly what I did that turn. Another Iron Head won't knock my Snorlax out, and I can just high horsepower and knock out the incoming Marowak. So, phew, that did work out for us. I have still got, I think, one more turn of Tailwind here, yeah. So Raichu is definitely the fastest thing on the field. I've got my Arcanine in the back, though. So I do need to take care of this Milotic. But it's just a game of which one protects here, isn't it, really? I mean, if the Lele is Scarfed, he can just knock out my... Snorlax anyway, but he's not Scarfed. Oh, actually, yeah, we don't know yet. So if he's Scarfed, he'll be moving next. And it is Scarfed. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so... yeah, and there was nothing that I could have done there. Just because he did have the Scarfed Lele. Yeah, so I've got to bring in my Arcanine now. So, you know, it's funny how that goes, isn't it? That, like, even though he had both of those ice Pokemon on, and I could have brought Arcanine in, I didn't. The game plan worked out as I hoped it would do. But just because he has got a Scarf Tapu Lele, it's fallen apart again. Because if that wasn't Scarfed, that was our last turn of Tailwind. Snorlax would have been faster than both of these Pokemon as well. I would have been able to knock out the Milotic there, and then the combination of Raichu and Arcanine would have sealed this game up for us. But because it is Scarfed, Scarfed into Psychic now, obviously. If this is Adrenaline Orb, Milotic, then we've definitely lost. But I'm pretty sure we've lost anyway at this point. So no Adrenaline Orb. He's just going to Psychic into Raichu here. He has a 100% win condition if he just Psychics into Raichu, because Psychic will knock it out. 100%. Yeah, so there's nothing that I can do here. I don't have Protect on Raichu. So I'm just going to Flare Blitz on Lele, hoping he doesn't. Thunderbolt into Milotic, hoping he doesn't. But yeah, he just needs to Psychic into Raichu and he's won this game. Milotic protects, which doesn't really need to. Psychic. Yeah, so I suppose he's playing that extra safe just in case the Psychic doesn't knock Raichu out. But yeah, it definitely does. So yeah, this has been a slightly frustrating end. I don't know, like, it's always frustrating to lose, isn't it? But if Raichu had Protect as well, then I would have obviously gone for it there. And actually, I mean, if Raichu had Protect, well, if Raichu had Protect, he wouldn't have had Encore. So, because you know, if Raichu did survive that turn, we could have encored the Milotic now into whatever. But yeah, this game's over. Like, I'm just thinking, because this is the last video I'm going to be doing with this team. Do I search for another battle? You know, thinking that it did take like 4 minutes or whatever to find this game. So I don't know. I'll start searching for a game. If we can't find one, then we'll just end it. So if you're looking at the video now and it goes on for a bit longer, then there is going to be another game. But if you're looking at the video now and it goes on for like another minute, another 2 minutes, then this is essentially the end. And you know, thanks for watching, and you know, you can go now. Class dismissed. But you know, I'm gonna look for one more game. I really don't feel like I need to vindicate this team really, just because I think, well, I mean, the games in this week and last week have actually gone surprisingly well for me, so I'm quite happy with that. But that game as well would have won. I would have won if he didn't have the Scarf Lele. So you know, it's just how it goes, I suppose. I mean, if I had put the Arcanine in when he had both of those ice Pokemon out, I wouldn't have. When he didn't have his Marowak, so I mean, it would have worked out very different even still. I was in Tailwind, would have put my Arcanine. I probably would have targeted into. Well, I would have targeted into one of them, wouldn't I? With Flare Blitz. He had his Milotic in the back. So maybe, like, knowing that he really would have brought his Milotic to that game, maybe I would have put, maybe I could have put the Arcanine in. Have we just played this guy? I think we have, haven't we? I think I would have put the Arcanine in. What am I even talking about now? Yeah, let's go with these four. Yeah, so if I put the Arcanine in, it would have threatened, blah blah blah, all those. Yeah, putting it in before the Milotic's in to not give it the competitive boost. But even then, it's still obviously threatening the Arcanine quite a lot with Skulls. But yeah, so I think this is the first guy we played. So you know, really, there's no one on the ladder right now. So this is just bonus material now. This is just you know, the outtakes, or well, not outtakes, but you know, just added stuff for you. Because he could. Well, I know that he's got a Scarf Lele. I know that his Raichu has got Shattered Psyche on it. I know the Coco goes down to an Electric Terrain boosted Sparksurfer. And I did kind of think through my plan if he went with Golden Pelipper as well. So we'll see how this goes. If I lose this as well, then you know, it's a shame that we're not going to get a third game of what would have been the set. But if we lose this game as well, then you know, again, it's just an example really of how I don't know, like an example of how bad I am at playing. Maybe no, I can't blame the team for everything because we did win the first game, but he is going to adjust here in some way. So it is Raichu and Type of Coco. Again, which is interesting. Let's just have a look on the bottom screen now. Yeah, so Thunderbolt, I was just jogging my memory. Thunderbolt and Psychic are both the same base power. Thunderbolt went down to 90. Because we saw Energy Ball and Psychic in Psychic Terrain. His Raichu just survived that. You know what, maybe his Tapu Koko is going to try and switch here. So you know what, I'm thinking, even though maybe the chip damage with the fake out was the key last time, I'm going to go straight for a Spark Surfer into Coco and try and Tailwind. Just because he might try and change things up. He might swap the Coco straight into his Lele for a Shattered Psyche, which is exactly what he is doing. So hopefully I win this speed tie, because we do know it is a speed tie from the first game. So we get my Tailwind. So we're both probably going for our Z moves here. And it's his that's getting it. Oh no, this is going to be into my Raichu, isn't it? And it's probably going to knock me out. So this is definitely a speed tie. Because turn 1 in the last game. Oh, it's into Whimsicott. Okay, well, we'll definitely take that. We will 100% take that. Because I am Focus Sashed. Good. Whew, phew. And here's my Z move. So, dueling Raichu Z moves. And actually this week, you know, on Monday and Friday, I've used Stoke Sparksurfer quite a lot. You know, I did use Alolan Raichu in the the first London International Championship. I do like it a lot as a Pokemon. I like this move as well, because if this doesn't knock his Lele out, it's going to paralyze it. And essentially cripple it, because we do know that it's Choice Scarfed. So that turn worked out good for us. The speed tie did not matter because he did target into my Whimsicott there. So, phew. So now I really just get to go for a safe Thunderbolt into his Tapu Lele, because I know that can't protect. If he switches his Coco in, it's going to take a lot of damage. Anything else is as a water type, so it's going to take a lot of damage. And I'm just going to go for an energy ball now into his Raichu, which should do about half, as we saw in the last game. It's probably going to be taking care of my Whimsicott here. You'd imagine it's going to be knocking out my Whimsicott anyway. So yeah, Lele goes down. His Coco might come back in. No, he's Volt switching into the Whimsicott probably. That's interesting. So maybe he puts his Rain mode in now. Maybe he's got Golduck. No, he hasn't got Golduck and Pelipper in the back, has he? He's got Coco, and Pelipper was the last one last time. And it's Pelipper again this time, yeah. Okay, so we are in Tailwind. Because he at the end of the first game, like this is really interesting because this is like a class in best of threes really. He forfeited at the end of the first game. He didn't actually see that my Tapu Lele potentially was faster than his Tapu Lele. He doesn't know that my Lele is scarfed. So if I put my Lele out, if he puts his Coco out, I'm in Tailwind, so it doesn't give away that I'm scarfed. But do I put my Snorlax in? Because Snorlax is slower than Tapu Koko. I think I'm going to put my Lele in. Maybe I'm regretting that a little bit. Maybe I should have put Snorlax in. Snorlax is slow. Oh, he puts his Raichu in. So I think I should have put. Yeah, I think I should have put Snorlax in there because he can't fake out unless he switches his Pelipper out. I was thinking put my Lele in because I know that then both my Pokemon are going to be faster than both of his two Pokemon. But also, Snorlax needs a Tailwind. Lele really doesn't need a Tailwind. But let's play this out. How are we going to go about this? I could Moonblast into Raichu and just take care of that. But I do kind of want to take care of this Pelipper as well. I don't want it getting a Tailwind up. So I'm going to go for a Thunderbolt into Pelipper. And I am going to Dazzling Gleam here. I don't think a Dazzling Gleam will knock out his Raichu, but at the same time, I don't think it denies him the Tailwind. But I don't think, unless he paralyzes me with a Thunderbolt, but I don't think he's got Thunderbolt. Maybe he's going for a Fake Out here then, because he's switching his Coco in. So he's going for a Fake Out. Okay, into my Lily. That's fine. So maybe there. He saw I'm scarfed. He wouldn't have seen before, but he definitely sees I'm scarfed now. So Lele, I can switch up moves here. I'm not locked into Dazzling Gleam yet. Will a Psychic knock out his Coco from here? Don't think it will. I am in Tailwind still. Yeah, I mean, I've got one more turn of Tailwind, so both my Pokemon are still faster than his Pokemon. Ooh, maybe his Raichu in Electric Train might be faster than my Lele. I'm not 100% on that. But still. I think I'm going to Dazzling Gleam and Thunderbolt into his Raichu. So yeah, Coco protects. Yeah, so I'm glad I didn't double into that slot with something. I did want the damage into his Raichu. Like this is actually working out perfectly for me. I did want to double into his Raichu there. Critical hit did matter, I think. Oh, well, apparently I went for a Moonblast. Apparently I didn't put my Dazzling Gleam in time. But that's... Ooh, well that's a bit of an issue because just a little bit of an issue. Just because not too much one though. Just because I would have liked Dazzling Gleam there because that means I can just double into Pelipper safely to deny the Tailwind. But at the same time, I can just Thunderbolt into the Pelipper and yeah, the cursor's still on Dazzling Gleam. I'm sure I got it in time, but yeah, I can Moonblast into the Tapu Koko. If he gets a double protect, then things could get a little bit sticky. But yeah, he just forfeits the game there. If he didn't get a double protect, he lost his Coco there, and Pelipper definitely can't win. If he did get a double protect, I brought the Pelipper down to its presumed sash, and the electric terrain would have still meant my Raichu would have been faster than at least his Pelipper. And so I'm sure I win that game as well. So an impromptu best of 3, I guess, thanks to the sparsity of opponents on BattleSpot at the moment. So there we go, a full 2 weeks now using this Snorlax fast belly drum team, which has been a lot of fun. And yeah, I am surprised how well it's gone, as I continue to keep on saying. So yeah, in this video, yeah, an interesting sort of best of 3, 2 games against the same guy. The middle game, we lost because he did have a Scarf Lily. He had a turn where I could have brought in Arcanine on 2 of his Ice Pokemon, which in hindsight maybe I should have done, knowing he didn't have his Marowak. But even still, that game plan that I thought through would have worked out without the Scarf Lily as well. But anyway, thank you very much for watching me, guys. I think you appreciated an extra long episode a couple of weeks back when I went over 40 minutes as I've done now. So thank you guys for watching this. Please please put your comments in. Please give me all of your feedback. Obviously, it's always appreciated. Like me on Twitter and all the rest of it as well. So thank you very much, guys, and goodbye for now.